Oh, it's not in the camera view. Actually had prime rib. It's delicious. Alright. Continue. Oh, cool. I got skins for armor and hit points. Good add-ons. Hey, what's up? Why's my... That's weird. How's it going, viewer? If you would like to message me, you can. I just recently kind of stopped following some people on Instagram because I realized I was using my phone too much, and it's not like I was using. It's not like I was using my phone for like oh my god, I'm using my phone too much. No, it's like I was using my phone for like stuff to please me a bunch, and I realized that I was my whole demeanor was based upon whether or not I was on my phone, kind of liking pictures or liking stuff on Instagram or different things. I think that's where it stops, I guess, where kind of expansion of those social media platforms stops. Sometimes is when you realize it's not giving you social gratification. It's more like consuming your social life. So I'm probably gonna get out more now. All right. That'd be nice. But if you have any opinions on what your social experience is, because I realize that most of the time my social experience winds up I overstep my bounds, or I say something stupid, or I say like what's the word that I'm gonna be a new person now, or I'm gonna be a better person now, and I'm just like not like really, I guess. Not really, you know? Like I'm just gonna be the same douchebag I always was, so whatever, it's just a thing. Oh shit, awesome. Ah, god damn it. Alright, I have a bunch of stuff, but I don't want to get too many rads, so I'm gonna go down here. Oh, here we go. It's a raider. I think I got some stuff to be able to combat that. Got 15 hardened sniper rifle bullets. Got him. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Oh my god, Mirelix! Alright, I gotta frickin' get to my inventory, and I'm gonna have to eat the stuff that I usually eat. That is purified water, potato crisps, and salty fruit. Melon. Okay. Let's see where those shots are coming from. Oh man. Alright. Okay, I'm good. I have 0 bullets for it though. Awesome. Good, let's go with Reba. I got 1, maybe. Super Sledge, no. Tactical submachine gun, got 117. I need to get a longer barrel for this thing. Got him. Let him fight it out. See, their life gets lower. Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, it's going in and attacking a bunch of people. That's so cool. Oh no, it's just going in and attack my freaking dog. Awesome. Got him. I only have 5 fragmentation grenade. Go to that one. And now we have Super Sledge. Because we don't have any more. Oh wait, 208 for the light. Awesome pistol. Sorry, dude. I want to get him some armor so he doesn't lose his life so easily. Ton of stem pack. Another stem pack. That's cool. Let me see how many bullets I have for my combat shotgun. 17. Nice. Alright,
Scared, huh?
not really.
There you are.
Alright. Oh shit. I'm in throwables. Fragmentation grenade. Yay. There we go. I don't want to take too much out from him. Got him. Okay, gotta get some more aid. Instamash, irradiated blood, mongrel dog meat, malt fruit, and cola, and purified water. God damn it. Cherry, purified water. Got him. Alright, I'm just gonna walk around really fucked up and stuff. And alright, just clearing shit. It's fun to me. Fragmentation grenade, there's 5 of them. It's pretty cool. Stem pack. I like the fact that you don't have to go to stem pack every single part. Yeah, so there'd be some items in there. Let's see if there's any freaking mines around here. There we go. 15. Battle caps. Alright, I cleared it, I think. I think I cleared it. Unless this is where it's supposed to be. And this is... No. Alright, here we go. Citadel Rotunda. I gotta get some out of my teeth.
Gonna splatter your brain out there somewhere. You must be destroyed. Come on now.
Oh, there's a fight going on. Oh god, where is it? That is an invisible fight, probably. Silver gold. Silver and gold. 20 shotgun shells, that's cool. Bottle cap mine, that's nice. So there are a lot of times where, not a lot of times, but I just unfollowed, I guess, not every cosplayer, I guess, that I've ever followed, but only because, I mean, man, it's not that they invite that sort of thing, it's just super mutants right there, it's cool. And then go upstairs. Oh, they're upstairs, that's where they were. The invisible fight was happening. Okay, just gonna help the Citadel out. Got him.
Little baby scared?
Oh wait, there's a bag here. Pulse grenade. That's cool. Oh, the synths are fighting the mutants. Trying to clear everywhere out so they can take over. Or whatever. Okay, I gotta get some more stuff. Just looked at my I have 3 stem packs, purified water, sugar bombs, and a sweet roll. Pulse grenade. That. See here. killed his friends. Got him. Alright, let's impact the dog. There we go. Because I'm going to need him. And fusion cell, fragmentation grenade. That's awesome. Wounded. Wounding pipe wrench. Okay. I'll need a hunting rifle. Auto saving, yay. See if there's any more. I'm gonna have to put my fragmentation grenade. I wish there were 2 of them. I feel a lot safer. Cheer bombs, yay. Since these are all dead, I think. Alright, fusion cell. I'll leave the automatic institute rifle unless it's got some perks to it. Board, shock baton. Alright, let's go back and see what we can find on the other side. Alright, over here. Top tap, shotgun, 45, 33, 38s. Sighted light shot combat shotgun. I'm gonna have to get that. And advanced. Wish there was a computer here so I could freaking unlock this safe. And let's go to 8. But yeah, the more I realized it, the more I realized it was taking up too much of my time as far as stuff goes with phones and stuff like that. I'm not saying that I'm like, oh, technology, no, it's bad. No, I'm saying that it's bad to have those preconceived notions when I go into someone that I really like, and not someone that I'm just complimenting because their butt looks nice or their nice costume or they look really cute in that like awesome outfit. I guess what it did for me was create a buffer zone for me and my a buffer zone from at first. Basically it created a buffer zone for me. Whenever I'm thinking about someone or something like that, I can get a buffer zone to be able to to not have to think about like that person all the time, or not have to do, because I don't get obsessed, but I get like overworked sometimes whenever I'm constantly thinking about one person all the time. It just it kind of gets to me and makes me a little bit substitute pistol. Oh, okay. I could be selling all these weapons, but I'm just gonna but yeah, that's basically the reasons why I kind of I found it kind of a little bit more like mind-numbing, I guess. Not like to say that they're mind-numbing, but they're not to say that they're not mind-numbing. Let's see, wait. I did this to myself, basically. It's my nervousness and different things like that that kind of get to me whenever I'm actually trying to meet someone or meet someone new or something like that. Just, it was an institute rifle. I'm gonna keep going around. I think there's probably some stuff to look at. But yeah, I kinda knew that I'd be basically kind of denying myself a pleasure if I don't have more social interaction. I already went here. And I realized that the more time I spent on the phone, the less time I had to be able to do in the day, like to be able to talk about stuff and talk about myself and talk about my what's the word, my problems, I guess, my first problems or something. I realized that the more that I watched other people get their problems fixed. Hold on one second, let me. I'm going downstairs to get. Wait, nope, I don't need it. Awesome. The more I started talking about my problems, or the more someone else started talking about their problems, the more I realized that I need to vocalize what I needed to do. But that's like the limit of what the therapy actually brings to me, as far as that. And also, like, I mean, there's a couple of people that I probably still follow that do cosplay, but they don't just do cosplay. They don't just show their butt cracks and stuff like that. I'm not like, it's not like I don't appreciate that. I really much do, and I respect it as well. I'm not gonna like be like, oh my god, it's so amazing. Can I get a picture of your butt crack? No, I don't care. Basically, I'm not gonna obsess over something like that because it borders the line for me for fantasy, you know. And the more that I associate my fantasy with some person who I'm not emotionally invested with, I think the more that emotion kind of fades, and the more that I see myself kind of not really expressing what I really want out of the fantasy, I guess. And so basically it ruins the fantasy. For me to have someone in my viewpoint that I'm not personally involved with, that's basically it. It'll ruin the interaction with me and a person that really wants to be around me, or really wants to do something with me, or to be kind of involved, I guess, with each other, instead of a person whose career is based on not those interactions. But I'm not saying that every person gets the same thing out of it, because I'm not judging those people, because that's kind of like the misinterpretation I think a lot of people make when it comes to that stuff. But I'm only not following them because I find it hard to be able to make that association with a real person whenever I'm actually like looking up like hentai and like cute bikini photos of anime characters or something like that, or awesome builds with like people and stuff like that. Like, that stuff kind of makes, or it gets to me when I want to go to like different places. I'm not like saying that I'm not a fan of it anymore or anything like that. I'm gonna take pictures of people who are cosplaying and stuff like that. But those people I haven't even seen on the internet most of the time. Whenever I go to like Wizard Con or any other con or something like that, or like an anime con, I don't see those cosplayers at those places. You know, those people are more invested in modeling than they are invested in cosplaying, I think. And a lot of times it's not a bad thing or anything like that. It's just their career path or their career choice. And that's basically just that kind of it to me, I think. I guess I don't know. Okay, but I'm gonna see if I can get some more. I got a lot of bullets now. Bottle cap mine, fragmentation grenade, hardened sniper rifle. I have 32 bullets for it now, and I have 18 bullets. I have 32 bullets for the reload. 52 bullets for the Focus Institute pistol. That's cool. I got every time I run out of ammo for the missile launcher, I kind of just lose interest in having it on me. So it's heavy. So. But yeah, I found that most of the time that I have some sort of like, because I don't find it fair to obsess over someone who's actually in reality, because once that person says something or does something that I don't agree with, or says something at all that I don't, because I mean she's an individual, or the person is an individual, so I'm not gonna assume they all think the same way, or they think that I'm thinking about them whenever they're thinking about something else like their careers. It's not fair to follow someone and say that you like, oh my god, she likes all the stuff that I like, that's cool. It's just like, no, that's a real person. They're real. They're like, that's a person that could potentially be like, you could be like breaking the law by trying to interact with them. And like because of the hardcore sometimes obsessions that people have. There's been a lot of different kinds of people screaming like, this dude's fucking like way too obsessed with me. It's like, and I try to contact them, I guess, through Instagram, but not like but merely just for a nod of agreement, you know, like I say, like, oh my god, it looks so cute, your dog looks so awesome, that's cool, that's great, you have a wonderful life, and all that other different stuff like that. Like, it's so great, I'm happy for you, you know. But the more that I realized that that even those comments could be a bit intrusive. Could be like seen as intrusive if someone doesn't want the interaction, you know. Then I kind of back off, and I'm just like, I can't do this. Like, I can't think that a person's gonna have all the wants of the things that I think that a person should have, or that a woman, or that a woman shouldn't be put into those categories if they don't want to be put into those categories. And I'm not one to assume that person ever even assumes those qualities just because they look at the camera a certain way, or they say something a certain way, or they share their life with whoever they're sharing their life with. It's very stupid, I think, for me to be able to come up with like all this shit in my head, but I think that it's more stupid to want to find that interaction with someone you've never met and is professionally paid to be able to do something like that. You know, they're paid, like they're making bank, like like they make fucking bank, like they make bank, like comparatively speaking to what I ever will make or ever have made. They make bank, like they don't make like pittance, I guess. Most of the time they're able to support themselves, and that's the point where I kind of lose traction and be like, well, I mean, I kind of know that you're doing something with yourself. I'm not gonna try to put that into what I actually see with the obsession, and I'm just like, I can't do that. Like, I can't go that far, you know. Like, it's just for me, because I've gone down rabbit holes to be able to see different things in education that I saved that for. Like, I mean, I save my interaction or my rabbit hole diving or my strange obsession with things that I pursue knowledge, or try to pursue knowledge through books or internet articles or anything like that, or notes or anything. Just like, I try to associate things with science, to not lose sight of what I'm actually dealing with, to not be taken off guard if something actually ever does happen. You know, I'm not trying to lose myself inside of someone else's fame to try to think, because when I associate things with fame, I associate things with when I associate fame with what a person's doing, I associate myself in that fame to see what kind of thing that would be like, and that's in itself, I think, wrong, I guess, because at the end of it, I wind up thinking that I'm more like that person than that person would like, you know? Like, just like I find it to where I want to be able to create a sentence and a functioning paragraph of words to be able to come out with. I don't just want to be awestruck by someone's either beauty or fame or even just relatability, and that's what they're paid for. So I mean, like, so it's something to be able to turn the tide of public opinion, to be able to say we all like this. We can all say we all like this stuff. So how about this stuff? To be able to say that we can all say or agree together on something, because there's always been that stigma whenever I follow someone or whenever I follow someone super famous, that they're going to try to get me on board with some sort of thing that I'm not okay with, like to say that, like, oh my God, James Gunn. It's just like, no, I don't care. Like, he makes lots and lots of money. He's gonna make more money. What does it matter? Like,
Hey there. You've got guts wearing that Pit Boy in the Commonwealth. I can't believe someone hasn't tried to steal it yet.
but yeah, I find it really hard to express sometimes to someone my emotions whenever I see someone that exudes that characteristic of an anime character or some sort of thing like that I've probably idolized for maybe a quarter century, or not, a quarter decade. Sorry, not a quarter century, a quarter decade, and I think the more you look at it, the more you look at that kind of behavior, the more I want to save that kind of obsession or not or interest, I guess, not obsession. That kind of interest, I want to save that for a person who actually feels the same way that I feel about them. You know, like that's the. So I'm backing off basically from everything because I showed my fandom. I sent letters, and not letters. I sent a letter because of someone who helped me along my way, I guess, who told me it wasn't that bad and kind of had a positive attitude. And that's the kind of thing that I actually look for, I think, in a person that I actually want to be with. So I kind of have to like distance myself from that to be able to be like, I'm gonna want to be in someone's life that wants to be in my life that exudes those characteristics. So I can't like be friends with them and I noticed that they would never kind of hold me in that same regard. So. So yeah, I'm constantly looking at a picture right now because it's actually really cool. So and I got my contrast down, so everything's like I like this. I got my new shirt. Not the new shirt, it's the old shirt that I got from Loot Crate. I actually love getting shirts that are really, really cool, and I would definitely. It's not a sponsor, but I would definitely whatchamacallit, I would definitely recommend it to other people. I mean, not in like, they're not like outside shirts a bunch. They're you go to different places shirts. Like you can go to different places, but they're not like hey, I'm gonna go rock climb shirts. They're not those. So just like letting you know. So So yeah, I'm gonna go trade out Mr. Gutsy with the dog. see how he does for a while, because Dog Meat keeps losing his life, so I'm gonna fast travel to Sanctuary. If one thing I think that religion has taught me, or religion itself at all, or even any religion, is the importance of two people being emotionally connected to each other, and how if that's not itself and what it needs to be, then I find it to where that kind of connection that should be there, if it's not, then I don't I don't stay there for long, you know? And that's where I think most of my emotions come from. Most of my my things are like, I'm just like, if it's all just anecdotes and fun times and stuff like that, I'm like, where's the emotional connection? Like, just because we're having fun doesn't mean we're connected to each other. We're not sharing like our information to each other about ourselves and about our past, because for fear of judgment, I guess. But I mean, I don't judge people for their past or what they've done, I guess. I mean, I don't try to judge people, but I mean, there's things that you can't. There are things you can't let pass, I guess. And if that person's like I'm gonna get some water. Hold on. I'll be back.
At least it's not raining. Take care of your gun, it'll take care of you.
Hello. It's wrong number. There's no person by that name here. All right. But a lot of times, I think that the more confidence I have in a situation, the more things I'm gonna realize are like.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you need.
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough to do the trick. There's a workbench over there you can use. Give me a holler if you need anything.
All right. What the fuck? Oh, it'll let me go do that, but it won't let me do this stuff. I'm gonna need cloth, so I'm gonna have to. But yeah, basically, I find it to where, it's basically what it is to me, like, an experience kind of like, but that kind of experience though, it doesn't always sit well with me, you know, like, I just, I talked to a couple, or one of the cosplayers in my Instagram feed, but she seemed mostly relatable. But it didn't sit well with me to where whenever I'm whenever I'm it's just me, I guess. It's just me and my way of looking at things. I guess if you're not into that whole kind of thing, just I mean realize it. I guess you know, just let's go with the beds. Um, but yeah, that kind of. Yeah, just it's kind of awkward. I guess I'm awkward, and that's where I. All right, and but yeah, most of the time I've been. I've been wanting to experience kind of the bigger parts of what I want to experience is like a real relationship, and I know that I kind of know, I guess I know that living in kind of like one of the most secluded cities, I guess, because I realize how secluded it is, because it's like there's the there's the little bastard. Alright. Savage meat. I'm terrible at this. He's on fire, little bastard. Got him. But yeah, that's kind of the reason why I just God damn it, those. Okay, I gotta go back to the friggin' thing. I don't know, like, and maybe that messes with their careers, I guess. I mean, in some way, but that's just the way that I feel, you know. It's the way that I assumatorily feel whenever there's something out there that I can't change. It's just I can't change the fact that I put the importance on something. I put the importance on someone else that I put the importance on something else that that I want to be able to build. You know, like I want to be able to make a better I don't know, like a I wonder how much defense, I mean, I need. I need defense. Chance for attacks and settlements increases. You're trying to keep your defense value at farted. Minigun. We're gonna go with. I don't have any gears, bitches. All right. Alright, but yeah, and just because I don't follow them doesn't mean I won't watch their videos or their stuff or their anything like that. I mean, I'm not on Patreon. I'm not a patron, so I mean, I'm a patron, but I'm not on Patreon, so there's just that, I guess. And I guess just realized that, I guess, you know, just, I don't know, just, I guess, I don't know, just spitballing here, I guess, but, that's kind of the thing that I see sometimes whenever I'm, why aren't there any gears in here? It's bullshit. But yeah, I need oil, so I wonder if I could go on other places and then get, I can't, that's bullshit, it sucks. I think I already went in this one. Need to make some guard posts over here. Oh, damn it, O's. Um, that's kind of my whole thing, basically. Shit. Gear oil. I farted. Wonder how many gears is in here. The steel. Two, it's locked. Okay. Alright, I get it. I just need one gear. One tiny gear. Come on. Give me one gear. One gear. One single gear. And that's it. One single gear. Come on, one single tiny gear. Just want to create water. Come on. Water time. We need water. Alright, whatever. Food. Oh, it requires a bobblehead. I need a bobblehead. Like, local lender? Son of a bitch. But yeah, okay, that's the reason why, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to follow them in the future. I'm just saying that I have to take a fucking step back because I'm just... it's taking up too much of my time. It took up too much of my time, and that's the reason why. That's the reason why. It's just... It just took up way too much of my time, and, broken toilet. Crafting, Raider. No, I'm good. Crafting. Local lender, all those things require bobbleheads? It's such bullshit. You need to go everywhere and stuff. Alright, I'm gonna save it here. Let's go to exit. Only 7 screws. It's such bullshit. Could have been freaking doing stuff. And my window likes to make noise. I don't know why. I think it's because my floor is settling. It may have something to do with that. I'm heavy, dude. I'm 98 pounds. I'm 299 pounds. So that's fun. Alright, let's see on our mini map and see where I can go to find these bobbleheads. Yeah, I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna save. Let's quick save. And I'm gonna go to my house. I think it's my house. I'm gonna go see Mr. Gutsy. And I'm gonna see Mr. Gutsy. He's at the thing. I'm gonna go trade him out. Alright. I'm not saying that I support smoking or in any way, shape, or form. I don't get the reward packages. I don't do any of that stuff, but I just smoke because I get stressed out for some reason. Because it's, I don't know. That's how that happens. Yes. Where is he? Where's Mr. Katsu? Where's he at? Is he upstairs? There he is.
Hey, Codsworth.
Codsworth.
Yes, of course.
The way, sir. Not to worry there, Pup. Your master is in good hands.
Sanctuary Hills. Alright, here we go. We're gonna start doing an engineer sort of thing. I'm gonna see if I can start building more walls here. But alright, here we go. We're gonna go into the workshop, and I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna go to the workshop, not go to other stuff. Structures, wood. Let's go with walls. Oh, fuck, I don't have enough to do a bunch of different stuff. Scissors removed. Alright, let's just go Mr. Codsworth. Let's do this. Flip up viscous. Viscous. Awesome. I think that's why mosquitoes are actually, maybe mosquitoes, they use like animal stuff or something like that in freaking soap and stuff. Oils. Rose oils and things like that. Fish scales. Go into my inventory. Get out my weapons, my combat shotgun. Got 19. Cut him, yeah! Cut him. Yeah! I am stupid and also really... Alright. 38 rounds. 38 rounds. 38 rounds. Alright, man. That's what I'm gonna start doing. Let's fast travel. Let's go to frickin', oh man, so many places to go. Museum of Freedom. Oh man, just stuff. Things and stuff.
Hey.
Good boy. You may want to keep his distance.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna hurt you.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. It's just, well, I think I ate a bad can of meat. Okay. Maybe it was 3 cans. Seemed pretty tasty at first, but now it's got my guts all in a twist. And, well, you can probably smell it from there. Long-neck Lukowski's canned meat my ass. Long-neck Lukowski's canned poison, more like it. Here, have the rest of it. I'm never touching the stuff again as long as I live. Assuming I live through the day. And if you happen to see that Lukowski, tell him I hope he dies in a goddamn fire. God. Sorry. Probably better if you get going. If it's anything like last time, it's about to get kind of messy.
Oh man, that sucks. I'm getting diarrhea. I'm gonna have to go to your boy and take over his stuff. I'm gonna have to investigate further and see where this whole thing's going. You go to freaking your boys. Where's the fish part? The fishy fish. Robotalia. Oh, that's right. That's the Croup Manor. Oceanological Survey. Salem. I'm going to the Museum of Witchcraft right now because I got to pick up some extra stuff, and I think that I cleared it. So, and I did probably. But yeah, I think when you start to, because I can obsess over cartoons and stuff like that, and have that whole fantasy just not broken or not separated, because I mean it's a writer. Like I'm obsessed with the writer's work. Like I'm obsessed with someone doing something that's awesome. And I know that sounds kind of off when I'm actually thinking about another person's work, but when I kind of think about it, I'm obsessing over that person and what I think they are. You know, like I'm not obsessing over a fictional work of art. You know, and not to say that women are not completely and utterly works of art. To say that. Holy shit! There's another one. Is that a dead one? It's dead. It's dead. Cool. Just making stupid shit. Okay, cool. Why is it shaking in here? Sergeant Lee. That sucks. He got murderized. Alright, let's go to our thing and go to our holotape. Sergeant Lee's holotape.
A nest full of deathclaw eggs. A dozen, maybe more. Smashed to bits. Except this one. No wonder they would tell us what was in that case. If I'd known, I would have personally told the gutter bosses and that glorified liquor cabinet in Wellingham to take those Diamond City caps and stuff them. Guess we know why the Deathclaw tracked us all the way from Lynn Woods now. They stole her damn kids. Christ. Maybe we should just return the eggs. Oh, hey, Mama. You looking for this?
Okay, that's it. Alright, so let's go. I'm gonna actually let's see here. Museum of Witchcraft. It did ruin a bunch of kids' lives, but I think where's the Deathclaw nest at? And I gotta. Silver tablespoon. So, there have been a lot of times where I kind of realized that the art itself kind of is not, and also too, I have to take, I mean, I guess I lose myself in art sometimes, but I always pull myself back to reality and back to, I don't lose myself in art, not really, I guess. I mean, I lose my, what's the word? What's the word? Maybe if I put the egg back in the nest, that won't happen anymore. Oh, that's weird. Shitty bitches. I have to realize that that by losing yourself in someone's work, I guess what you're losing sometimes. I guess what you're losing sometimes is I want to get to that though. I want to get to those things in there. Those dudes are right over there. Oh man. But yeah, that's basically the kind of the thing that I see sometimes. the biggest thing that I understand sometimes is, or that I try to understand sometimes is the difference between appreciating a work of art, which is anyone's work, basically, anyone's career, kind of, and associating the things that I think about as the things that they might be thinking about. So insinuating that 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 they have the same kind of belief pattern that I have. Like, not to say that they don't, or maybe they do, or not to say that they do or don't, but remaining animositic. I think I'm not sure if that's the word. But if that's a word, but but yeah, remaining well, that's tight. That's cool. Remaining what's the word, trying not to delve into their life, I guess, because for my fear of my fear of losing, like, what I think they're all about. Like, or my I don't know. Maybe it's just a little selfish, I guess, because of, like, personal. Maybe it's a little selfish to think that. But what can I say? I'm pretty selfish, man. Selfish as shit. No, I'm just playing. I'm just
All this fuss over the detective. I do hope Mr. Valentine is well. But again, anything is worth the risk when it comes to finding young Sean.
maybe there's a bobblehead in here, I think, in Salem. This thing is still on, I think. Yeah, but through the start of me making the first connection, I guess I want to keep that alive. Like, that's the basic thing I think of. I want to keep that part of me that part of, I don't know, that part of me that initially saw someone and then thought, wow, that's amazing. You know, like, I just, like, wow, that's the epitome of what I would see as what I would want for myself if I was able to do a bunch of stuff. Or, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm just like, I'm a really hopeless romantic, I guess, when it comes to certain stuff. And if the thing isn't, if it's not about if it's not about having fun with someone and doing like what I really want to do, which is like spontaneous stupid stuff and fun like gatherings and stuff like that, and like real the real interactions with people, and not just like talking about them behind their back or saying stuff. It's just, I mean, like, yeah. Or I mean, like, that's where it gets to me. Like, it gets to me where, I mean, I just can't anymore.
It's stuck.
And that's where I lost my last relationship. My last relationships before that. Like, I lost relationships because I couldn't deal with the fact that they were just so like, they didn't understand that if you talk about someone around them or without them, you take fact into something. Like, you take their, you don't like, you don't just talk about someone to talk about someone. I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna test out these turrets. Like you don't just talk to vent. Like, it's you're not the main character in a story, okay? You're not. That's basically where I've lost people at sometimes in relationships and things like that. It's like when you go do things in relationships, whether it's the beginning of the relationship or not, if you're not invested in the relationship fully, then just like, don't, you know? Just don't. Like, just don't go and have a party with like 5 other dudes and then like just like, don't, you know? If you're invested, if you actually find some sort of connection with someone, try not doing that. Try not going with another dude and saying that you're with him or something like that. Try investing in the relationship there have been so many scare tactics to make people go away from actual emotional connection. Like, emotional, like, just... And that's what I yearn for sometimes when it comes to certain things. There have been scare tactics since the beginning of freaking existence, as far as things go. People are like, oh no, you can't be with her because we don't want you to make her feel good about herself and then leave her. And it's just like, the only reason why I would leave in a situation is if she wasn't making me feel good in return, you know? That's the part where people don't get, is the reason for like equal rights and stuff like that. The reason is because a lot of times, like, the older generations of people were fucking insane sometimes. It boggles my mind sometimes that people would do stupid shit like freaking, I don't know, man. It just boggles my mind that people do so many stupid things and then expect in return for someone. Yeah, what's up? Huh? What are you talking about? I have them, and you have some, don't you? Huh? Are you almost out? Okay. All right. Well, I'm at 1 hour and 32 minutes, so I'm gonna leave it here. But the importance of what I put on human interaction and the way that it should be, or the way that it should be to me, is isn't old-fashioned. It should. You should want to put importance on human interaction and people who actually deserve your attention. You know, whether you're doing it because you think that they might like something you do, or you're doing it because you actually are invested in that relationship to the fullest, or whether you're just realize that if you're not invested all the way and there's something holding you back, it's probably something he or she or you are not saying. And you want to say it sometimes, but you're just like, you can't. And it hurts. Because realize that in some cases, there are things that people can't give each other, you know? And when that kind of situation arises and you're like, wow, I'm not personally professional enough to be able to go through this with you, then why not realize that the relationship itself was just, and in my case, the relationship itself was just not worth doing, not worth going with, not worth going into, because it just, you have to realize that people are they want honesty. And if you don't get it, then they'll look for it somewhere else. And in my case, I wasn't getting it. There wasn't honesty in the relationship there wasn't trust in the relationship that I had. And it was neither one of our faults. It was mostly just because I needed therapy and she needed time alone, or she needed time with someone else that she could manipulate and mold into what she wanted. Because I wasn't going to be that guy that was molded by the situation or told what to do in a situation. I'm just going to completely blindly do it, because I'm not a knight in shining armor for anyone. I'm not going to be that, because if I become someone that can fix all your problems, then where is the notion of when I'm not around and someone decides to just be fucking stupid and do stupid shit, or do something completely and utterly offensive or stupid that makes you feel like no matter what, there's always going to be that guy out there. And that's a form of brainwashing in some ways, because I won't be that guy. I'm never going to be that guy that solves all your problems for you. I'm just going to try to solve the ones that I can. You know? Like to say that maybe you should go seek counseling or something. I went so many times in some of my older relationships that I just was like, I can't deal with this. And there were some parts where I would get like inebriated and then say something stupid or say something what I thought was funny at the time. But then I don't know, like maybe someone takes it out of context, I guess, or just thinks that somehow I was doing something like inappropriate or something. But that's just the way they take it, and that's not the way that I mean it. So there are people that really enjoy my company, and there are people that are withholding their own emotions from someone. When you really like someone, if you really, really like someone, like, just tell them, you know? If you really want to be around someone and you think that they're really, really right for you, just tell them. And if they, in some ways, think that that's the coolest thing they've ever heard, then go for it, you know? But just realize that the more stress that happens in a person's life, the less they're open to so many different observations with you. The more that someone tries to, and those are just the experiences that I've had. So it's my own personal experience, and to know that the more that you have interactions with a person, and you don't say those feelings that you have, or you don't say those things that you really, really like, you'll wind up in a relationship or in a friendship that is just a sham for you. It may not be a sham for them. They might be experiencing and having a good time, but you have to understand that if you're really into self-love, then you have to understand is most of the time, if you don't say your feelings and they share the same feelings, or they share some sort of feelings with you, then realize that, and realize that it's just a slow progression towards some sort of goal. But also too, just realize that if you're not banking on whether or not that person's going to be with you or not, or want to be with you, then maybe that's something inside of you that's telling you that maybe it's not right for that time, or maybe it's not the right place, or maybe it's not even the right person. You know, there are so many different things that could be in the works, but just realize that maybe it's not the right person, or maybe it's not the right time. So just I get worked up and I get really emotional about stuff, and maybe I share my feelings too much, but that's just who I am. And when someone decides to try to make me a different person, I am trying to say that I'm mature enough now to say that I will never let that happen ever again. I'm trying to. It's really, really difficult to be able to say what you're feeling, and how to be able to make your feelings known for someone. And if that person decides that they want to be with you, then just realize it, you know? And if you want to be with someone, then be with them. But realize that if it's not right for the times, then it's not right for the times. And it can be complicated. Like, it's not simple. Like, love is not simple. It takes a lot of different things to come into play in order for you to be able to feel comfortable enough to be able to open yourself up to someone. And then in that sense, that maybe that time might not even show itself anymore until you actually show yourself. You know? So, but also too, in the same sense of experiencing art and experiencing someone's career, when someone decides to show their body off, or show their body to you, to make you feel the things that you feel, and make you become used to the concept of being liked, or having self-love, it's honest and true. But when you find it to where you're infatuated with the person, or your feelings are getting the best of you, and you can't seem to think sometimes. Just realize that that your situation is so different and so vastly more complicated than their situation could possibly ever be. In the sense that you have a sense of the word of whatever communication that you have in your life, whatever kind of thing you have, you basically have been. I myself have had a family that just like supports me and knows most of the stuff, the time that I need some sort of vilification or validation. And that's been awesome for me, because, and most of the time they know when I'm feeling something as far as those thoughts of like of obsession goes, and I realized that I can't do the same things with a person and their body, basically, because that's all it is. You have to realize that's all it is, and then realize that the fantasy you're feeling is the emotions that you would have for someone that you actually have feelings for. So in order for me to distance myself from that, I have to stop watching it and kind of remove it from my life for a little while, because I have to realize and put myself into the situation as if they'd ever be anything in my life, they'd merely just be a friend, because most of them are already married, obviously, and they're very much in love, and basically to realize that the culture itself behind that isn't a form of prostitution, or isn't a form of self-deprecation, or lack of passion or anything like that. It's moreover just realizing that the body is the body and the person is the person, and their feelings are separate from what they show sometimes. So you have to realize that that's what the reason for their work, and that's the complexity of the way that you feel about them, that person at that one point, or that one time, or that one thing. It is separate from what you're actually understanding about yourself. You're coming to an epiphany of the fact that it's okay for women themselves to show a little bit more than what they usually show, you know? So just... And also, other people are coming to the epiphany that it's easier for people to... It's easier for people to show that side of themselves whenever they're frustrated, or whenever they feel as though they're not making enough or doing enough. Like, I've seen women take off their tops for money, or beads, or pretty much anything. But I'm not the one that wants to put an importance on that kind of stuff. And I think I'm going to try to have the same importance as when a woman shows her boobs for beads, as is the woman shows her body to be able to express herself emotionally with someone, because that in itself isn't anything for me, you know? And that's basically the way that I feel about those two things, basically. It's not outlandish, it's not outrageous, it's not terrible, it's not completely amazing. It's completely amazing. It really is great. But for me, it is great. But on this end, but I have to understand that I can't use those same emotions that I use whenever I'm actually thinking about someone who I'd be romantically involved with. So those thoughts and those things and those actions, I have to separate myself from, because I not distance myself from those thoughts, but distance myself from that emotion, or having that emotion every single time I see someone in a photo that's basically amazing and awesome and look great, and I don't know, I'm saying this the roundabout way of saying that it's like, I can't see so many boobies because I get too many boners. And then when I get too many boners, I take all that stuff and try to make meaning with it. And when I try to make meaning with it, it lands me back alone, because I realize that I haven't interacted with actually any person to be able to do that, which is like kind of frustrating for me when I see a beautiful woman out there that's kind of frustrated about her life, or frustrated about anything, and I can't fix that. So I have to realize that they don't like me in that way. You know, they're not showing their body because they're looking for someone's romantic. They're looking for someone they already have, but they're looking for a career. And that's the kind of thing that I had to realize as I was like 16, growing up and stuff like that. And the more stuff that I have to realize whenever I'm actually looking at those things, and I'm looking at those women basically showing their bodies, and realizing that they're not doing it they're doing it for the same reason that a woman would take her top off in a strip club, almost. But they're in college, they're doing stuff, they're trying to be able to create stuff, and eventually they're not going to do that anymore because it's just something that makes me feel better about myself for the moment. And they're feeling better because they got to express themselves in a way that they're not only just doing body shots and stuff like that, but they're also doing like cosplays and like cool looking stuff and like friggin' really good seamstressities and stuff like that. And those people I'm still following because those people are cool. Those people are really cool. But when they don't separate those things together, it kind of makes me think that someone is losing themselves in the action, and I can't lose myself in losing themselves because because I'll be too attracted to them when I see them, and I'll fucking freak out or something. And I don't want to do that because I'm not stupid, and I don't want to make sure that I can. I don't want to be the person that is like freaking out over, oh my god, she's so hot, and then they say words, bye, and I fucking walk off and make a fool of myself. So that's what I'm doing. I'm distancing myself from those thoughts because I have to make sure that I'm not putting too much importance on the fact that they're beautiful and amazing and awesome and really cool. But the fact is they're making a career, and I have to respect that, and not want to be and have thoughts of them racing through my head as I freaking of all their whatever they do, basically just awesome stuff. And so basically I'm just distancing myself from that area. So I'm just like I'm gonna stay off of it. I'm gonna stay away from it for a little while. I'm gonna look at cars and not associate women with cars. And all that other different stuff because I like cars. I like freaking anime. I like a bunch of different stuff. I like I'm not a big rolling anime fan, but I'm just but I love Akira. That's my favorite one. Basically, Akira was awesome to me. It was so lucid and transcendent of actual anime that it actually kind of spoke to me and made me sort of realize that sort of people can be tormented too, and the whole whatever they're doing and however they're doing it just makes me feel like I'm like losing myself in an amazingness that actually I would actually feel or actually think about, and it's good to have someone else that, and in that sense that's cool. But when they're showing their booties on camera and they're showing their butts and their awesomeness, I get really nervous, and I try to be the coolest ever, and then I make myself look really cool, and then I have to keep doing that all the time, and it's tiring, and I don't want to. So I have to make myself look more natural and seem more natural on camera. So I'm just gonna say that they're all beautiful, they're all amazing, and they're really, really good at what they do. But I can't follow them on Instagram and like them when I'm on the toilet because I have to think about stuff that I'm going to do during the day, and I can't just be on the phone. So there's that. All right. Have a good day, cosplayers and ladies and gentlemen and peoples. And that's the reason why, basically, is just you are your own one-person bomb squad. You can diffuse situations that happen or situations that are about to happen. Just realize that all you have to do is think for yourself, and think not along the beaten path sometimes, because you'll see something in the bushes that you're like, oh my god, that's a whole huge gold piece, and it's your emotional freaking anchor, basically, that you found in the bushes because you went off the beaten path. Not to say you have to do that all the time, but just realize that you found something, and you find something in sometimes not doing an action, and realize that whenever you're being a person, whenever you're just out there being a person, you have to realize that you need things to be validated by. You need to be validated by sometimes, and people will do that to play with you sometimes, or not just to play with you, but to make money because they want to make money. It's not hard. it's not horrible to do that. It's not horrible to coax you in and make you want to buy more stuff or make you want to do more things. But realize maybe you should have a glass of water first, or maybe you should go eat something, or maybe you should go do something that involves you being a person. So just don't just be a number. Don't just be a statistic. Don't just be a like. Don't just be a follow. Okay? Be engaging and be a person, because you are complex enough to be that person. You are complex enough to have feelings of sorrow and lamenting and a whole bunch of different other things. So you can be the person that you really need to be in order to be able to. You are anger. You are hate. You are a lot of different things. You're just a lot of different things, and you have to be passionate enough to be able to know that sometimes you can let go, you know? Sometimes you can let go from something that you obsess about or something. You're not always that person. You're not, that thing doesn't define you. It's like people smoke cigarettes, but are they cigarette smokers, you know? Like, are they that thing? They're not that thing. They're just a person. They're not defined by it. They can quit anytime they want to. They just have to choose to be able to want to quit, to be able to do something better for themselves. Or if they don't choose, then that's okay too. But if they want to, then they can. You know? I can. I want to. So I will eventually. And be yourself, and have a good day.